This is 3 minutes, 1 round, all boxing. This is the final round. Heavyweight champion Alexander Usyk's next fight against Anthony Joshua may be postponed. Usyk has joined the fight in his native Ukraine with fellow fighters and his fellow countrymen after Russia invaded their country. Hopefully this is resolved soon, but obviously this fight is a much bigger one than anyone he's had in the ring. Friday, March 4th is a big fight in the 140-pound division. Former champ Jose Ramirez squared off with former 2 division titleist Jose the Sniper Pedraza. Ramirez lost his 140-pound belt in his last fight against Josh Taylor, but he shook off that defeat with a workmanlike unanimous decision over Pedraza. Saturday, March 5th, Chocolatito Gonzalez returned to the ring against Julio Cesar Martinez. At the age of 34, Chocolatito is still one of the best fighters in the world. He dominated the younger Martinez for 12 rounds and earned the 51st victory of his Hall of Fame career. He is just a special fighter. Maybe next we'll see him in the trilogy with Juan Francisco Estrada. Also on that card, ring announcer David Diamante made his return to the ring. David was injured in a serious motorcycle accident in December. He's back now. We're glad you're back. Continued recovery. Some big fights in boxing were announced this week. In England, they had the first press conference for Tyson Fury's fight against Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte was a no-show, so Tyson Fury took center stage alone. In just 3 hours, this fight has sold 85,000 tickets. There's supposed to be 100,000 on hand. Tyson Fury also said he's retiring after that fight.
Retirement. 100 million in the bank. Undefeated. Champion. Yeah, 2 times.
Okay. Errol Spence and Spence-Ugas had their first press conference for their April 16th welterweight unification fight. Spence hasn't fought in over a year. He's recovering from eye surgery. He was supposed to fight Manny Pacquiao last summer. In stepped Ugas. Ugas won that fight. April 16th, AT&T Center. They battle it out in a welterweight unification fight. Hopefully, the winner takes on Bud Crawford. And by the way, happy birthday to Errol Spence. He turned 32 years old. And speaking of birthdays, Ray Boom Boom Mancini just recently celebrated a birthday. He was one of the most exciting fighters of his day. He's a former lightweight champion. I grew up watching him fight. Happy birthday, Boom Boom. Ryan Garcia will be back in the ring April 9th. He just had a press conference for his fight with Emmanuel Tago. Garcia's recently been embroiled in a social media war with Canelo-Alvarez.
I just hit him with the facts. I was kind of tired of him. He kept coming at me for my work ethic, and I kind of got fed up just to speak my mind, my piece.
Garcia left Eddie Reynoso, Canelo's trainer, to start training with Joe Goosen. This week, Canelo-Alvarez and Bivol met up for the first time in their press conference for their May 7th DAZN pay-per-view fight. Yes, it's a pay-per-view fight. When DAZN started a few years ago, they said that the pay-per-views were a dead model, a dinosaur. Guess what? This is boxing, and they're back. Canelo is challenging the unbeaten Bivol for his 175-pound title. Bivol is unbeaten at 19-0. He's been a champ since 2017. He's going to be taller and longer than Canelo, so we'll see what happens. This is the first matchup of a 2-fight deal that Canelo has signed with DAZN. The second one being the trilogy match with Triple G if he can get by his next fight against Ryoto Murata. The Triple G Murata fight is going to be a 160-pound unification fight in Japan. Golovkin's going to be 40 years old when they fight. Even outside the studio, that's the bell. The final round for this week is done. Make sure to check out FightHype every day for all things boxing. And don't forget, every week I'm back with a new episode of The Final Round.